Right, call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of great males, notable well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your life may be. Back at you with another quick one. Little Monday kickoff with what we got. So first it was the the medical thing, and now it looks like we may be moving towards a different type of 2019 restriction of movement. And at the end of the day, just understand, like if you don't understand anything about this video, it has always been and always will be about control. Okay, and the people they create these issues, all right? The or as the Iranian spokesperson has coined the EP, the E class. That's what we'll call it, because E for E and E for EP, right? All right, so the E class, they create these issues. They do all kinds of stuff, and then, oh, hey, but we have a solution, right? But the solution would be for you to just not do what you did in the first place. But anyway, we understand that just cannot be. Prophecy must be fulfilled, and this animal has to show, that he's an animal. He's a dog, okay? A dog without honor, without morals, okay? And then their light that is in them is darkness. So let's let her, she's going to cover what we need. We'll get a couple of scriptures and that'll be it. But, keep in mind, problem, reaction, solution. They create these problems. They wait for the people's, they study the reaction. And then here comes the solution. And then that solution always will end up with you losing some sort of autonomy. Always.
Come the energy lock.
Oh, so before, let's actually, let's open up with Psalms. I think it's verse 2. Well, hell, actually, this is what we need right here, 94:2. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render a reward to the proud. Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, and afflict thine heritage. They slay the widow and the stranger, and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord shall not see, neither shall the power of Jacob regard it. Understand, ye brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will ye be wise? Let me close the door, because I can already hear my dog going. Okay. But the point that we want, I think, right? Okay, he that planteth the ear, the Lord knows what the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. That is true. No. Frameth mischief by law. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense. He's also the vengeance. And my power is the rock of my refuge. I don't think that's that's still good. You know what? That might not have been the one I was looking for, but hey, you know what else? I know what other one we need. I know what other one we need too, because it's going to fall in line with how long. Ecclesiasticus 10:6, maybe, I think. Is it 8? Let's see. 7. How about 7? Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Yes, here it is, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that is why we are saying, how long? Okay, so we got our openers, right? We got our openers, and let's let her say what she's going to say.
lockdowns. Fuel stations run out of diesel across Australia. Waiting for days, India feels impact of gas supply chain disruption. Vietnam braces for flight cuts from April after China and Thailand ban jet fuel exports. Iran war ignites African race to keep gas pumps flowing. And another article that we all need to be paying attention to, what soaring diesel costs amid war with Iran mean for meat, vegetable, and fruit prices.
Exactly. Your food. Okay, things come in here by freight via train or trailer, train or truck.
Why is there an energy lockdown coming? The IEA now wants alternating license plate restrictions, which means you will not be allowed to be on the roads on certain days. They're also talking about reducing all road speed limits everywhere so that traveling by road is increasingly suffocating and slow. Let's go over their 10 recommended measures. Number 1, work from home. That sounds familiar. Number 2, reduce highway speed limits. Number 3, shift to public transport. Number 4, increasing carpooling. Number 5, adopt more efficient driving practices. Number 6, car-free Sundays or alternating license plate restrictions. Number 7, improve fleet efficiency. Number 8, avoid non-essential air travel.
Right. Look at all of these things, everything that restricts your so-called freedom, right? And what's this, they have this is another way to test their surveillance equipment. They have the things in certain states, those cameras that they pull all your info from, 144 call, like, how about you, man, I'm shot, that they pull your info from, and they feed it into their AI data systems and tracking systems, and therefore you are monitored 24/7. This is no different. Okay, it is every time you turn around, some sort of crisis causes you to lose some sort of autonomy, all right, some sort of freedom. You just can't drive up the street no more. And now they want to encourage you to switch to, not only switch to electric, all right, or modern cooking solutions, but they also will probably want you to get electric cars. Why? Because, that movie, what was the name of that movie? Where the plane was falling out the sky. Dang. It was an apocalyptic scene, too, and the plane fell out the sky. I don't remember the name of the movie. But all of the Teslas, all the electric cars, they lost function, and they all just piled up. The Teslas piled up and blocked the way out of the city. But okay, and it's always that they can control these things too with your electric stuff, right? Because it'll be on the Internet of Things, right? And you can be monitored for how much fuel you're using. And then think about what else is coming. Okay, the smear campaign. Like, for those who didn't want to get the VAX, now is you hate America because you don't want to stop driving somewhere. Something stupid like that. Whole time they over here doing what they're doing unnecessarily, right? But we understand, for the sake of prophecy, it is a necessity. These things must needs be. Okay. What else did we get? There's one more. Oh, let me let her finish.
Number 9, switch to electric or modern cooking solutions. Number 10, leverage flexibility in petrochemical feedstocks. Welcome to the Great Reset. And yes, this was all planned. And I'm telling you, every world leader, every one of them is playing their part for this to happen.
And I also believe she's probably watching the prophet. She definitely is, because nobody outside of that is putting this thing together. As far as everyone getting on one accord, or the world leaders getting on one accord for a digital reset. All right, because he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a what? That's what we're getting into. And it's a slow and sure choke, like a snake. Pun intended, because this is the serpent, right? But it's a snake slowly squeezing tighter on their prey. Only thing is, Yahushua is on his way. So this devil's only going to get so far. This is Proverbs 29. I want to go Proverbs 29. And I don't know how long this video is. So this may be, this and maybe one other scripture will have to be it. Otherwise, the video won't load, which is strange because I don't even get views, so I don't know why they trying to dox me. Anyway, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people will mourn. All right. And we understand that everybody's in a state of mourning and depression. And they want people to just, every time you turn around, there's some sort of crisis. There's something, all right, something that was created unnecessarily. All right. If you're thinking carnally, it's unnecessarily. Until the people just end up saying F it. And they want to go back to some sort of normalcy, right? Or there may be a rationing when it comes to the implementation of the MOTB. There's so many different ways, so many different avenues because they control the areas of activity. All right, Neely Fuller has a thing about the 9 areas of activity that they controlled. I think, is it activity? Yeah, Neely Fuller. And that is how they socially engineered Jacob, okay, with these 9 areas of activity. But this is how the world or everybody else will be socially engineered as well when it comes to dealing with things that you have to buy and sell. All right. So the 9 areas are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war, counter-war. Okay, but if they control, you change over to a monetary thing. Everything requires money. Everything requires a transaction, especially now. The infrastructure is already here. All they got to do is provide the right crisis or the right FALSE, and then implement and frame mischief by law, right? Write an unrighteous decree, boom, and there you have it. Something, a ambiguous law that they can, make to fit however they want it to fit for their agenda. All right. So I think that's all that was all she had. But just be on the lookout, right? More restricted movements. The man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That can happen in more ways than 10. Okay. So with that being said, I pray that you are edified. All right, continue to be circumspect, paying attention. Okay, redeeming the times, and continue to fast, continue to pray, and whatever you lack, again, pray for it and pray without wavering, pray without ceasing, and continue to sigh and cry. Right.